Welcome to part 4 of this video series that describes making a steam test plant. I'm waiting on parts for the burner arrangement, so I decided to continue with other project tasks. This video covers making the steam turret for the steam plant. A steam turret distributes steam to various demands. For the steam test plant, I decided to make a combined turret that will handle the supply to and exhaust from model steam engines. I created the diagram to help with machining the turret. The diagram shows the turret, which will be mounted on a stand. Many of the machining operations in this video are speeded up. I started the steam turret by facing a 5/8" piece of square brass bar that had been cut to length. I held the brass bar in a 4-jaw self-centering chuck. Next, I center drilled the bar stock in preparation for drilling. I then drilled the bar stock 1 3/4 inches deep using an 11/64" drill. Drilling took some time as the hole was deep and required withdrawing the drill periodically to clear any chips. I drilled the hole to a depth of a 1/4 inch using a letter Q drill and then threaded the hole with a 5/16" 27 TPI tab. This created the threads for a plug that will plug the steam path. I repeated the same process for the exhaust side of the steam turret. I blued the turret with a Sharpie and then marked out the positions of the supply and exhaust ports on the brass bar. I then used an optical center punch to center punch the positions of the supply and exhaust ports. Each of the 6 ports on the turret was center drilled with a letter S drill, and then threaded with a 3/8" 32 TPI tab. These photos show the steam turret with the steam paths and ports completed. The steam inlet supplies steam from the boiler to 2 outlets, and the 2 exhaust inlet ports connect to a single exhaust outlet which will run to the condensate tank. The next step was to make the stand for the steam turret. This clip shows facing a piece of brass hex bar in the lathe. I then turned the hex bar round along its length. I didn't work to any dimensions when I made the stand. Machining by eye was sufficient for this part of the steam turret. I then turned the end of the bar down to 3/16" diameter. This formed a locating dowel that will insert into a hole on the steam turret and hold it in place while silver soldering. I continued machining the stand and then parted it off with a parting tool. The end of the clip shows the stand bouncing into the chip tray. These larger parts often do this, but it still makes me jump when this happens. This clip shows threading the end of the stand with a 10-24 thread. I will secure the steam turret to the baseboard using a 10-24 countersunk screw when I assemble the plant. Once machining was complete, I silver soldered the stand onto the turret. Silver soldering is quite an easy operation. It's very important to have clean parts, apply flux where you want the solder to run, and then apply even heat indirectly to the parts. I usually wait until the flux takes on a watery look before applying the solder. After soldering, I let the steam turret cool to black, and then put it in a pickling bath to clean it. After removing the steam turret from the pickling bath, I rinsed it and cleaned it up using the Scotch-Brite and buffing wheels. Here's a photo of the steam turret at this stage of fabrication. The next step was to install various fittings onto the steam turret. This photo shows the check valves for the exhaust side installed on the steam turret. Next, I installed the pipe union on the exhaust outlet of the steam turret. I will be piping from the steam turret to the condensate tank using 1/4-inch pipe. The steam valves on the supply side of the steam turret were then installed. These allow 2 steam engines to be run simultaneously. I made lock nuts to lock the valves in position. All the fittings on the steam turret were sealed with Loctite 542 thread sealant. I made an adapter so that I could mount a displacement lubricator on the steam turret. The adapter screwed into the steam turret and had a 1/4-inch pipe union screwed into the end of it. The location of the lubricator should ensure that an equal amount of steam oil is fed to each outlet when I am running 2 engines. This step completed making the steam turret. So, that's the steam turret for the steam plant complete. Next, I'll be completing the burner arrangement and other miscellaneous jobs on the boiler. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to support my channel. Thank you.